Hello and welcome to the John Ark Show. This episode is called 14 Sexy Cars That Are Guaranteed to Attract Your Future Ex-Wife. Before we begin, I want to encourage you to subscribe, like, follow, and comment on the show. Also, I'd like to tell you about a service called HollywoodIsCalling.com. It's a great service that allows you to purchase live calls with more than 100 celebrities. You can purchase a live 15-second call for $19.95 or a live 30-second call for $29.95. So give it a try. HollywoodIsCalling.com. Now let's get started. So you're thinking about getting a car, but you want one that'll attract the attention of a lot of women? Well, we've done a lot of research into this very important problem, and we now have the answers for you. The following list of cars will not only attract women for you, but they will attract women with such a magnetic force that you will need both a back brace and a chastity belt. Best of all, these cars will make you feel like a rock star everywhere you go. By the way, there's a little cautionary note. In addition to attracting women like these vehicles will also attract car thieves everywhere you go. So just keep that in mind. The first car on the list is our Ferrari 250 GTO. This car is so incredible looking that Playboy called it one of the greatest cars ever made. Made between 1962 and 1964, it originally cost about $18,000, but in 2012, this car sold at auction for $35 million. Not only does that qualify it as one of the greatest investments of all time, but it will also probably keep going up in price for years to come. Some women are so enthralled by the look of this car that they probably won't even notice who's driving it, and if they do, then I'm sure that dating experience will take at least 10 years off your lifespan. Next, we have the Bugatti Veyron. This car looks so good at auto shows that they literally have to keep a security guard next to it to keep people away. A Bugatti Veyron is a French luxury car that can range in price from $1.5 to $6 million. Next, we have the classic Porsche 911 produced in the mid-1990s. This is the final Porsche to be air-cooled and is regarded by many people to be the archetype for what most subsequent and modern Porsches look like. This appears to be the car of choice for most cocaine dealers in Los Angeles, hoping to get noticed by strippers and vice cops. Next, we have the 1934 Duesenberg Model J. This is another stunning classic. Only 12 of these cars were ever made. If you're an 85-year-old rich guy who wants to attract some stunning 30-year-old gold diggers, then this is the vehicle of choice for you. One recently sold for $1.4 million at auction. If you do buy one, make sure to check it for any false teeth laying around the back seat of the car. These were often lost by previous owners during romantic interludes. Next on the list is the Lamborghini Huracan Performante. This car not only looks like it was designed to promote nudity everywhere it's seen, but it is so sexy that once you buy it, you may need to hire a full-time psychiatrist and a sex therapist just to keep you out of jail. If you ever see one of these cars going down the road, it's not at all uncommon to see it being followed by half a dozen divorce attorneys trying to serve you with papers. It's an amazing vehicle. Next, we have the Ferrari F40. This car had an interior that was built like a race car and a price that was so high it could easily cause heart palpitations. It is a stunningly beautiful car, and it possesses the Ferrari nameplate, and that in and of itself guarantees that you'll find a wife in the next 15 minutes. Another car that is capable of hypnotizing women everywhere it goes is the Aston Martin 177. Only a handful of these were ever made, but they are really beautiful and cost $2 million. The nice thing about an Aston Martin is that no matter how goofy looking you are, once you sit behind the wheel of these cars, gold diggers will ignore what you look like and simply pretend to be in love with you for all the wrong reasons. Next, we have the 1968 Fastback GT390. This is one of the most beautiful cars ever made by Ford. This one really appeals to American women who love super cool cars because it starred in one of the most famous car chase scenes ever. This is the car that Steve McQueen drove in the movie Bullitt, and simply owning one is guaranteed to supercharge your dysfunctional dating life. The next car on the list is the Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. It was one of the fastest production cars ever made in its era. It was manufactured between 1954 and 1963, and it had the world-famous gull-wing doors that made it super appealing. Today, these cars can sell for $3 million and easily cost one divorce every 12 months. The next car on the list is the 1961 Jaguar E-Type. Many regard it as one of the sexiest cars ever designed. It's so striking that Enzo for Ferrari once called it the most beautiful car ever made. Apparently, this car is so sexy that it is the car of choice for both billionaires and their porn star girlfriends. Another car on our list is the split window 1963 Corvette Stingray. This car screams, I live in California and I love getting divorced every 15 minutes. If ever there existed a car that screamed out the American dream, it's the 63 Corvette. Not only is this car simply beautiful, but driving it down the Pacific Coast Highway with a beautiful girl can almost make you forget about all those alimony payments you have to make this month. Next, we have the 1964 Shelby Cobra. This car is famous for packing an enormously powerful engine in a very small chassis. The result of that is that the sheer power and vibrations caused by this car's engine almost certainly guaranteed to cause a pregnancy before you get to your destination. The next car on the list is the famous 1959 Cadillac Eldorado. This car is famous for having the largest fins on any Cadillac ever. It screams class, style, and sophistication in a way that is guaranteed to attract every gold digger within 50 miles who just got released from rehab. Not only that, but the ride in this car is so smooth and seductive that it's like a hotel on wheels. And now we have what many of the top experts believe is not only the sexiest car in the world, but the one which attracts the most women. It's the Lamborghini Diablo. This car is so sexy and futuristic that it doesn't even look like a car. It looks more like a UFO racing down the road at 200 miles per hour, even when it's standing still. One rumor has it that this car has caused more divorces in both Italy and Beverly Hills than any other car in history. So, if you do buy one of these cars, I hope that it makes all your romantic dreams come true. And if not, perhaps I can recommend a good divorce lawyer. So with that, I want to thank you for watching, and we will talk to you soon.